Well, another end of the season has come, and it's the 2023 NFL season has come and gone, or the regular season anyway. Here we are, man. This is a Show Nuff Divided, and it is a super show because we're going to have some minds that are brilliant. And we are legends in our own mind. So we're gonna bring the crew in here in just a second. Brian's here, of course. Teshia's here, of course. Leslie is here, of course. And we have a new member of the family to the ShakeBack Media Group, Sapphire. She is in the building too. So we're gonna bring everybody in. Michael James Hamilton should be joining us momentarily. And we welcome him in as well. And Mike has got a lot of things going on. So, of course, he's always welcome. So, without any further ado or any further delay, you already know what it is. You already know what we got to do. Come on, let's go get it. Bye.
Right about now, you're about to be possessed by the sounds.
Yeah, I know what it is. You little suckers get to talking, grabbing out walking, strapped to the pong of their jaws and smacking they sleep with the coffins. And they getting greedy like saying, give me all.
Welcome to the end of the NFL season and the beginning of the postseason as all of the slots have been filled and matchups set. We're going to dive into it here in just a little bit. Come on in here, Brian and Teshia and Leslie. What's going on, bro and sissies?
Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Just enjoying the off season.
I'll say about today.
Don't everybody speak at once. As a matter of fact, there's only one person that's currently on stage that has a team in the playoffs, but we'll see how long that lasts. But let's go ahead and bring in our newest family member. She is an esteemed part of the Her in the Huddle crew, led by Rachel Hill, the First Lady of Sports, WOVU 95.9 in Cleveland, Ohio. She is a tremendously staunch Cleveland fan all the way around, no matter whether it's baseball, basketball, football, sailing on Lake Erie, whatever the sport is, fishing. She loves all of that. Well, I don't know about the fishing part, but anyway, I'll let her tell you. And here she is, Sapphire. What's happening, Sapphire?
I'm good, Willie E. How are you? How are you, ladies? It's always nice for us to represent.
Yes, hi.
Well, Brian, I guess she didn't see you because she didn't say she just said ladies.
It's all good. It's all good.
You just recognize the truly important people, Willie. It's fine.
That is what happens on this show, and that is the reason why we are a Show Nuff Divided. And this is a special super show edition. Apparently, or we're still waiting on Michael James Hamilton to get in here. Excuse me, but I know he just had to wrap up his last client, so we'll see if he's able to join. But thank you guys out there for checking us out on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter. And my Instagram TV feed did not load. I'm very, very annoyed with that, but it's all good. So you guys can still check us out. We'll be doing this again, second edition. This is the first edition. We will be doing the second edition of a Show Nuff Divided playoff style on tomorrow, and I will make sure that Instagram TV loads. Okay, guys. Sapphire, meet Brian, meet Teshia, meet Leslie. Again, she's a Cleveland Browns fan. I'm gonna say that Cleveland is kind of my adopted team because I was doing talk radio in Cleveland. I got fired though. Can you believe that? They fired me.
I can't. What happened?
I don't know. I'll ask Rachel tomorrow when she comes on. Well, actually, I do know, and I understand it. But I'm supposed to be making cameo appearances here and there on Her in the Huddle that you can hear at 5:00 p.m. Central Time, 6:00 Eastern Time. There, WOVU 95.9 in Cleveland, Ohio.
You're an hour behind us, right?
We all are. Everybody on this show is an hour behind you.
Okay. And by the way, hi, Brian. I did get it in, but no one heard me.
That's all right. That's all right.
I like the beard, too.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, whatever. Okay. All right, so let's get started. We're gonna touch on Black Monday just here for a few seconds. The coaches that have been relieved of their duties as of today. The latest casualty was Mike Vrabel from the Tennessee Titans, and of course, Ron Rivera got let go Sunday night. Arthur Smith got let go Sunday night, and before that, we already know that we had openings in Vegas, in LA, and in Charlotte with the Carolina Panthers. But let me ask you guys this: out of these,
who's not fired though?
Huh?
You know who's not fired?
Who?
Belly. Belly is not leaving.
He is not a part of it. He is not a part of this conversation. Now, don't get yourself muted on the Super Show. Now, that wouldn't be cool. All right, so let's talk about Mike Vrabel. Brian, was this a surprise to you?
Not really. Out of all of the firings, it's probably the most surprising. But no, I don't think it's that surprising. I mean, he had some success there, but I mean, they gave him the tools for the most part. I mean, he had the tools to do it, and just he couldn't get it done. So,
well, I don't know if you can say he had the tools because his quarterback was Ryan Tannehill.
I mean, I get that, but early on in Tannehill's career, he played pretty well. I mean, he wasn't. The last few years has been real bad for Tannehill, but his first few years there in Tennessee, when Vrabel had him, I'd say that he was good enough to win. And Vrabel's a defensive guy, so if you've got somebody that's good enough to win on the offensive side, but and you're supposed to be the defensive-minded guy, guru, I think it's just a Bill Belichick tree. You don't want to be in that tree because it's bad news for you.
Well, he actually he is the most successful one out of all of them because Vrabel has won Coach of the Year before, and he did have a measure of success there in Tennessee. This one was not really a firing. They just agreed to mutually part, which is what's going to happen in New England here in the next couple of days, I would imagine. So, Leslie, now that you have already spit out Bill Belichick's name, I'm not going to ask you about Belichick. I will ask you about Mike Vrabel because he is a Patriots dude. Would you be opposed to Vrabel going to New England should Bill step aside?
He's not leaving.
Oh my God!
Can't even
That
think
ain't
about
the question.
Can't even
That
think
was
about
not
it.
the question.
I don't know. I really couldn't even get my head around it, honestly. I mean, I'm kind of a Bill for life guy. I mean, I don't know. You can't win that many Super Bowls for a team and then just be like, bye, see ya.
You do realize that Bill Belichick is 72 years old, right?
I don't care.
Okay.
We like presidents that are way older, so why not?
Boom!
Wait a minute. What happened? What I missed?
Tell him, Leslie.
Did I miss something?
Yeah. So listen, if I have to pick someone, sure, I'd love someone who was, part of Pat's Nation, but he's not going to leave. It doesn't matter. It's a moot point. It's not happening. He is not going to leave. It's not going to happen.
Okay.
They've already had a meeting. I feel like that was a huge part of the discussion that, we kept hearing over and over. They haven't even met this year. And Bill kind of put those rumors to rest. And he said they haven't. And so
we've already spent too much time talking about Bill Belichick. I didn't want to. That is 3.5 minutes of my life that I can never get back. Sapphire. Let me ask you this, because since it's on the table for discussion, Bill Belichick has been linked to possibly the Washington Commanders because he's from the area. Now, of course, Ron Rivera, God bless his attempts after beating cancer while being the head coach there. If Bill Belichick does decide to hang it up or they decide to part ways, you think DC is an option for him?
Absolutely is. For all the reasons that Leslie said is the reason why he's going to stay Patriots, man. Like, I'm not a New England Patriots fan, Leslie, but I'm going to give you total props. Like, You don't just have the greatest coach of all time take your team to how many Super Bowls and then say, thank you so much for your contribution, and we don't need you anymore. I mean, that actually sounds like the way some men treat women, but that's a whole other conversation.
Wait a minute.
My point, though, is like he's not going anywhere, right? I would be shocked if he did. But I want to quick hit back to Mike Vrabel. If the Browns don't do the right thing by Jim Schwartz and he goes on, dude, there's an opportunity. We need a DC. We're going to need a DC. So come on back home. That's an Ohio boy, okay?
Oh, my gosh.
Let's go. I like this idea. This is a great idea.
Okay, Leslie. So you're a former offensive coordinator is in Washington. Eric sleeping with the Bieniemy. Any chance that he gets elevated in your opinion, or do you think he has a viable opportunity or a viable chance to be elevated to the head coaching position for the Commodores? I mean the Commanders.
The Commodores. That would be way cool.
Did I say Leslie or Teshia?
I mean, I think there is a distinct possibility. Listen, everybody, everybody who hates the Patriots to the top.
Wait a minute. Stop, Leslie. I called on the wrong person. I was supposed to call on Teshia.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
She's doing a great job. Let's let her answer. Keep going. No, keep going. She's halfway in. Let's hear it. Let's go.
Nope. Go for it.
That's my bad. I called on the wrong person. Go ahead, Teshia. Eric sleeping with the Bieniemy.
What about it? Were you asking if I think that he could be elevated?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I would hope. I highly doubt it happens, but it would be nice.
I don't even think he wants that job. I wouldn't even want that job.
It was new for me.
I wouldn't even want that job. All right, guys, we got coming to the stage. There he is, the man himself. He got the San Francisco 49ers banner in the background, live at Stevie J Sports and Cuts. It's the man himself, Michael James Hamilton. What's going on, Brody?
Yeah, greetings to all. Happy New Year. How y'all doing?
Man, everything is lovely, man. And I know you got a lot of things going on over there. Thank you for joining us, man. We have already begun the festivities, and we're talking about the head coaches that have been let go. And that, of course, we were talking about Bill Belichick. And let me just run it down to you. Let me give you the backstory. Teshia, of course, is a Chiefs fan. You know that. Right. Sapphire is new to the family, but not really. She is a Browns fan.
Where you keep finding all these Cleveland Brown fans at, man? It's about the third or fourth Cleveland Brown fan we done met on here.
Well, you know, I did the show with Rachel, her in the huddle up there in Cleveland. So that's how I met.
Okay.
And then we got Leslie, who is a Patriots fan, and she is delusional in the fact that Bill Belichick is gonna coach there forever.
I am too.
Yeah. Belly for life.
That's right.
Football is life.
Okay. So, Mike, let me get your quick take on these three coaches that have been fired. Arthur Smith from the Falcons, and we saw what happened in that game. I think he knew then that he was going to be fired. He was just trying to get some last shots in. And then, of course, Ron Rivera in D.C. But the news came out on Tuesday or today that Mike Vrabel was they decided to part ways. And I asked the crew which one of those dismissals was the most surprising. I said Mike Vrabel. Brian said Mike Vrabel. What you say?
Mike Vrabel. He's a good coach, and you know he done held the Titans down. I mean, for them to let him go amidst all the the uncertainty at the quarterback spot that they had, they were still they still were a viable thing over there in their division. But like anything else, we don't know what was going on behind the scenes to what may have led to that, but he won't be out of work long.
Mm-hmm. So again, let's go back. I can't believe I'm doing this, but I want to get your take on it. Number one, do you think Bill Belichick will be out of Foxborough?
Man, that's one of those deals you really don't know. If I was a Patriot fan, or if I was in that front office, I would be ready for him to move on. Because Because the one thing I'm not doing is I'm not drafting another young quarterback and letting him mess him up.
I'm not going for a quarterback.
His style of coaching is antiquated, and we have some Patriots fans that come in the shop, and this is my take on the whole Patriots situation. I mean, they've been a dynasty and they were great, but the only thing they had to sell was the winning. So you can't sell me the misery without the winning. See, if we're not gonna have no fun around this facility, we got to be winning. But we're not gonna not have fun and not be winning. So if he's not gonna allow for there to be fun and joy to be around the building, what good is he? Because the winning is not coming. And if you invest in a young quarterback, who's to say that he's gonna get it right? Because Mac Jones is done. He's fried. I don't know that he had very much to begin with.
Oh, he's gone. Bye.
But he's out of there. So do you go get Drake May or Michael Penix Jr. and then give Bill Belichick a year or two to possibly mess that up?
This just in. Michael Penix has just picked himself up off the turf again after Michigan and my Wolverines 34-13 over the Huskies, national champions. Sapphire, put it in your pipe and smoke it, because I know you love the Ohio State Buckeyes, and that team down south won't sniff another college football playoff for another at least 3 years. Okay, let's move on.
Well, before you move on, I'm going to check you. You didn't hear the show yesterday. I think your teeth would fall out if you heard what props I gave to Michigan before kickoff.
I don't want to hear it.
Just to let you know. Listen,
I don't want to hear it. I do not want to hear it.
They're great. You're hearing it. They tore it up this year. They deserve all of it.
I don't want to hear it.
Really
I don't want to hear it. I
do
do not want to hear it. I'm going to mute you right now. Goodbye. You're muted. Okay, let's move on, man. We got to get to the show part. All right, so
that's a rite of passage. Just gotta say,
yeah.
Thank you.
Let's play a game of fill in the blank. All right, and Mike, I'm gonna start with you because I don't know. You always have the dopest takes. So here it is. Let's play a game of fill in the blank. I will make some statements. You will simply fill in the blank. Period. Point blank. That's no pun intended.
Gotcha.
All right. So here's the first statement. If the Dallas Cowboys, are the boys in the shop there with you, or are you by yourself?
Steve's the only person still here. Everybody else gone.
Everybody else gone? Okay. Yeah. So if the Dallas Cowboys do not make it past the NFC divisional round, fill in the blank.
Mike McCarthy probably gonna get fired.
You know, I've been hearing rumblings that if he doesn't make it to the NFC Championship game, he's out.
Oh, I could definitely see that because they got Dan Quinn in a holding pattern. He's here because if this guy doesn't get him over this hump, this would be 3 years in a row. It's time to move on and move forward. And they like Dan Quinn.
Mm-hmm. And oh, by the way, the Los Angeles Chargers just requested permission from the Cowboys today to interview him for their head coaching job.
Yeah, this will be the last year that he's just a defensive coordinator. He'll be a head coach somewhere next year.
Yeah. All right, Brian. Fill in the blank. If the Eagles, and can we even call this an upset at this point of the season? Because the Eagles started out the season 10-1, and they only won one game after that. So I don't know if it would even be considered an upset at this point. But if the Eagles get upset by the Buccaneers, they will have proven to be blank.
Frauds.
That's my dude right there.
Yeah, they're not who we thought they were. All right. I know that's not the same, but they're not who we thought they were.
I
mean, look.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Look. I mean, the Eagles. I mean, they had a good year. They had a good run last year, but that wasn't sustainable. I didn't think it was sustainable for this year. They had a little bit of injuries they had to deal with, but I mean, I fully expect the Eagles to lose in the first round. So,
okay. Let me see, Teshia. Since your team beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl last year, what are your thoughts on what Brian just alluded to about the Eagles being possible frauds?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say that. I think there's a lot of talent. They came out really, really strong at the beginning of the season, man. They played some ball. They had here's the thing, if you can't finish it at the end, then what good was all of that effort? I think the injuries really do suck, but that's football. You have to learn how to play through them, work through them. And if you can't deliver during times of, or during rough times, then I don't know, how good are you really? But I wouldn't say the word fraud. That was a little harsh. I think it's been a tough end of the season. I still think there's a lot of talent there, but it didn't go the way I thought it was going to go. Honestly, I was kind of shocked. So,
well,
Meanie.
I got a voice from heaven. I got a voice from heaven, and he says this.
Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were. We let them off the hook.
That tickles Sapphire, y'all.
That's old school, brother. Old school.
Okay. Leslie. I am not going to ask you a question about the Bill Belichick or the Patriots because they are not in the playoffs. However,
I mean, what kind of world are we in? And I'm so sorry, Sapphire, but we got the Browns and the Cowboys in the playoffs. It's like an alternate universe around here.
no, it's the Browns and the Lions. They haven't made the playoffs.
That tells me you're under 30 years old right there.
Way over that.
The Browns and the Lions have not been in the playoffs together since 1835.
Yeah, it's real. It's real. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
I think it's fantastic. I just, it's
all right. Leslie. Blank is the quarterback under this let me start over. Blank is the quarterback under the most pressure in this year's postseason.
Oh. You know who it is.
Where is she? She ain't saying nothing.
I'm right here. Sorry, Teshia. It's Patty Mahomes.
That's
Patty
facts.
Mahomes.
Oh,
that's facts.
He is under the most pressure to prove that he is not what he's proving himself to be.
Let's set the stage for all of the people that's watching. We got comments in the comment section, and for Big Mike. Mike, Leslie obviously hates Kansas City, like I do.
So it's fair.
Yeah, and she is on the soapbox, screaming to the heavens, saying that Patrick Mahomes is not the GOAT, which he may not be the GOAT yet.
Nope.
But we'll see. So Patrick Mahomes.
I really do. I think he has the most to prove because the last couple 3-4 games he has not performed the way that I think everybody expected him to perform. And if he doesn't step it up, if they can't get their game together, I really think that people are going to take a second look and maybe realize that they're not the team everybody thought they were.
Mm-hmm. I disagree with that.
Not a knock on Patrick Mahomes. I mean, I really think that he has the most to prove.
Go ahead, Mike.
I said I disagree with that. I think Dak Prescott and Lamar Jackson got the most to prove. See, Lamar about to win his second MVP. You can't have 2 MVPs and you ain't even been to the Super Bowl. And Dak Prescott, the pressure they put on the Cowboys down here. If he was to fizzle again, especially if he don't make it to the NFC Championship game, Patrick Mahomes too to the good. He got 2 rings, 2 MVPs. He got 2 Super Bowl MVPs.
Sorry to interrupt you. I think that's why I feel like he has more to prove, though, is because he has been there, a couple times. I really think.
Well, hold on, Leslie. Hold on. It wasn't who has more to prove. Is who has the most pressure.
Right.
I mean,
right.
In that sense, probably. I don't know. Probably
Dak and Lamar Jackson to me have the most pressure upon him because once again, Dak is the Cowboys quarterback that haven't made it out to the divisional round since '95. And Lamar, because you about to win your second MVP and you haven't made it past the second round. You got to show and prove if you're going to keep getting his hardware.
Yeah, and the thing with Lamar Jackson is he has the most complete team around him at any other point in his career. So let me get
your
my
answer to that. I think that's fair.
Let me get your take, Sapphire, on what Leslie and Mike have said about the most pressure. Or if you have somebody different, you can say who you think it is.
No, I'm riding with Big Mike. I mean, he hit it out of the park with both quarterbacks. You know, we know the history with Lamar and that franchise and, you know, all of the off-field stuff that was going on in terms of characterizing him as the real deal or not, right? So he does have phenomenal weapons around him this season, right? He is absolutely under pressure to get a Super Bowl with the Ravens. On the NFC side, you highfalutin NFCers, you know, you don't believe in a lot of real defense. But anyway, I digress. Absolutely, it's Dak Prescott all day long. I mean, how many different excuses is he going to have every season for why he didn't take his team to the promised land? I think if they get rid of Mike McCarthy, they might as well just go ahead and draft a quarterback and build him for Dak's last 2 years of that contract. Thank you, Mike.
All valid points.
Yeah.
Teshia, any thoughts?
I mean, I see both sides kind of where that went, but here, I'm not trying to be salty. Here's the thing.
This is a show sort of divided. You have to be salty.
Dak as a person, I'm a fan, and I think that but if you don't have the ability to deliver, then really how much pressure do you have? So pressure there, like Leslie said, to continue to deliver and continue. I'm so sorry. I know we just met. I'm so sorry. I wanted the best for him. I swear, it just has not happened. And
Mike don't care about that. Mike is in his barbershop full of Cowboys fans. All right, okay. Let's get off of that one. Let's move to the next one. I have.
Wait a minute, you forgot my man up there.
Oh, Brian.
I actually want to throw out a flyer here because I'm going to agree with Mike. I do think Dak probably has the most pressure on him. However, let's not think that Jared Goff is going in unscathed here. All right, we're talking about a Detroit Lions team that has never hosted a playoff game, I'm pretty sure, or if they have, it's been a very, very they've never hosted a playoff game.
Yeah, they did once. Okay, so they beat Dallas, as a matter of fact.
1800s or whatever, you know, like you said. I'm just saying, like, that's a lot of pressure on him to perform, you know, in the playoffs when his, you know, that fan base is they're foaming at the mouth to do something in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of pressure on him.
Yeah.
I feel like all the underdogs, quite honestly, have a lot of pressure on them. But my point, I'm sorry to digress. I just feel like that Patty Mahomes, with what he's done this season, if he thinks he's going to be the be all end all of football.
I think Patrick Mahomes might have the less pressure of all the quarterbacks, to be honest with you.
Obviously.
Because nobody expect. I mean, they can't catch. As a matter of fact, this is one we're going to stream right into. Well, here I got one more question, or one more fill in the blank. Mike, and this is going to be for all you guys, but I'm sorry, Mike. Mike, blank will be the lowest seeded team to advance to the divisional round.
The lowest seeded team.
Let me give you a help. Let me give you a lifeline.
I'm gonna you know who I'm gonna tell you? I know who I'm gonna say.
I know who you gonna say.
I'm gonna go with Cleveland.
But look, no, yeah, well, yeah, okay, yeah.
I think Flacco gonna make some noise.
Sapphire?
Actually, I'm gonna say Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Well, no, because the Bucs are seeded fourth.
Oh, they're okay. My bad. I didn't understand the question.
Yeah. So basically,
let me pass and think on that then.
Okay, Brian, the lowest seeded team will be blank to go to the divisional round.
I think that it will be the Rams. I'm pretty sure they're playing the Lions, right?
Yeah.
I think as much as pre-show, pre-super show, whatever, I said the Detroit Lions were going to go to the NFC Championship game. I'm pretty sure.
Yep, you did.
But I did, and I'll probably will still take that. But
you can't back off of that.
Yeah, I can't back off that.
Nope,
So
you can't.
if it isn't the Rams, then it's the Browns. I think the Browns is the lowest seed. I think they advance for sure.
That's
Leslie?
interesting.
I gotta go Browns. I'm rooting for the Browns. Let's go.
Man, forget the Browns. Teshia?
I'll agree. I think that's a pretty solid assumption.
All right, Sapphire, do you want to come
Willie?
back?
Yeah, I'll just say I'll go with Rams too. I'll go with the Rams too.
Here is the lowest. This team is the lower seed, and they will go to the ASD divisional round. Y'all ready? The Miami Dolphins.
Who do they have first?
Kansas City.
Oh, that yeah.
They're
Love
pretty
that.
banged up, Willie. They're pretty banged up, right?
They got Kansas City.
Yeah, I think that.
I think they light a candle for the road.
That's still 5 seed though, right?
Yeah. No, they're a 6 seed.
Oh, 6. They are. A 6.
Yeah, they're a 6 seed. But it's look, you guys got to understand something about me when I talk about the Kansas City Chiefs.
He hates them.
I hate them. I hate them. And I know the temperature is supposed to be like 4 degrees.
Wow.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
rough. They will be frozen.
0.
And that's
So
football.
am I must be picking with my head and not my All right, fair enough. As my girl would say, fair enough. And she know who she is, right? Up there in the corner, you circle gets a square.
Here.
All right, guys. So let's continue forth. Time has really gotten away from me already. Y'all know how these things go whenever you're having fun. It's just like it just doesn't stop. But the next game that we're going to play is Playoff Jeopardy. And if you don't know what Playoff Jeopardy is, it's this. Did y'all hear that?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So guess what? I am going to give the answer, and your response must be in the form of a question. If you do not phrase your answer in the form of a question, I am going to reach through the computer and I am going to do your nose like this. And then I'm gonna do like this.
I know I'm gonna probably fail at this, so bring it on.
Like the Three Stooges. Okay, Teshia, since you want to be all hearty and jazzy, you get the first one. And it just
take it easy on me.
It just happens to involve your Chiefs. This wide receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs will not see the field in the playoffs.
Who is Hardman? Or did I answer that wrong? Or how?
You answered it.
Did I
You answered it right, but that's not who I thought you were gonna say.
No,
Big Mike. Big
not
Mike.
the only one I could hope.
This Kansas City receiver will not see the field in the playoffs. I thought y'all would know this.
I got this. I got this, Willie. I got this, Willie. I got you.
I still have
I'm
faith.
gonna go with the who is Nicole Hardman.
Okay, Brian, go.
Who is Kadarius Toney?
Ding, 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 ding,
Mister,
ding.
I drop everything. Mister, I screw up everything.
Ooh,
He's
gotta
gonna
hold
do
faith,
something.
man.
If they
He's gonna be
play,
there.
I'm just saying, if they play him, he's gonna do something that they're gonna lose in the playoffs. I'm just saying, calling it right now.
From your lips to God's ears, Brian.
Yep.
And it won't, and it would not hurt my feelings one bit. Okay, here's another one. Let's go to Sapphire.
Mhm.
Sapphire, in order for the Eagles to defeat the Bucks in Tampa, this defensive end for the Philadelphia Eagles
Word.
must get at least a sack and a half.
Who is Johnson?
Who? The brothers Johnson? Strawberry?
The brothers
Strawberry
Johnson. That was my
Strawberry
best
Little
guess. The problem I have is they have no defense. I don't know the answer.
Okay.
The question, rather.
Leslie, want to take a stab at it?
No, I do not. No.
Who wants to take a stab at it?
I agree 100%
Jalen
with
Carter.
that. You don't have defense.
Who is Jalen Carter?
Mm.
He's not a defensive end, but
Well, I said D lineman, so
D lineman.
I thought you said defensive end.
Who is
okay,
Jalen Carter?
Okay, we'll
I
just
thought
say
that too.
we'll just say D lineman. Mike, you want to take a stab at it?
Who is Hassan Reddick? He got the ball. If they gonna win, he got to get some sacks.
That is who I was thinking.
Interesting.
Hassan Reddick, because he had what 17 sacks last year, something like that. Okay. All right, here we go again. If this quarterback gets a win in the wild card round, it will be his first game in the playoffs and the first win in his first game in the playoffs. Who is this quarterback? Or yeah,
Who's this for?
CJ Stroud.
say it again.
Who is CJ Stroud?
That is correct. Anybody else want to take a stab at it?
Who is Baker Mayfield?
Baker Mayfield has won a game in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Oh, did he? Oh,
Yes, he did.
Oh, he
Dun,
did.
dun.
Yeah, with the Browns.
I should have had the loser game sound right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sapphire?
No, I'm gonna agree with Big Mike. CJ Stroud, rookie. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, who is Jordan Love?
You can't answer. You already got one wrong.
Come on now.
Do you think his answer any good? If so, I'll just take his.
Yeah, his answer actually is correct, and that was the person I was thinking of was Jordan Love, because outside of the outside of the Kansas City Chiefs, I hate the Dallas Cowboys more. It's the Chiefs, the Cowboys, the Yankees, and the Dodgers for me. Those are my most hated teams. Okay, moving right along. In order for this person to show up at the game, in order for this team to win this game, this individual better show up. Teshia?
Oh my God. I was so afraid you weren't going to call on me. Who is Taylor Swift?
That is the correct answer.
Yeah, it is. Let's go. Let's up and go.
All right.
In the house.
Go.
If this team, okay, this is the last one. Leslie, this is for you. I'm starting with Leslie. This is for you. If this team gets a win in the wild card round, this will be the most shocking playoff victory in the NFL in the last 15 years.
I don't know. Who do you want to pick? Just feel like they're all 4 of them are good options.
Who'd you say?
I said all 4 of them are good options. I mean, I don't know what you want me to say.
You can pick one you want because there's multiple answers or questions, really.
I was going to say,
Who?
I don't know. Literally pick one. It doesn't matter. All 4 of them are equally as good. So,
Mike, what you say?
Yeah.
Who is Detroit?
What?
Yeah.
It's kind of on the tip of my tongue. I'm going to agree with him.
They ain't won since Barry. They haven't won a game since Barry Sanders, man. You know how long ago that was?
Okay, let me rephrase the answer.
Grandpa Sanders.
I would say who is the Steelers?
Yeah,
that's the one right there.
I was going to say Pittsburgh.
That's the one right there.
Be shocking.
I was with Big Mike. I was going to say Detroit, but
All right, real quick, guys. Let's get to some social media comments. Mike Fuji, what's good, everyone? The real season begins. Mike Fuji, do you think Nick Sirianni will be fired if the Eagles lose? That actually was one of my questions. What do y'all think about that?
Yes.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so either.
Okay, I don't think he will either. George, the big homie from Cleveland. Jacksonville had one job to do on Sunday, and F is for failed. That's why the Browns are playing Houston in the playoffs on Saturday. This is very true. George also says Eric Bieniemy has been interviewed too many times and has been due to be promoted to a head coach of a team. You know what? I think that Kansas City job is waiting on him whenever Andy Reid hangs it up. Thomas Murphy says
ages.
There's a Belichick.
Yeah.
More time in my life that I can't get back talking about Belichick. All right. Thomas Murphy, she's a brick house. I think that must be an inside joke.
I don't know.
Which one of you ladies is he talking about? Because he talking about us.
All of us.
I think so. I'm gonna go with all of us.
Okay. Is Mike a Buffalo or a Jets fan? Thomas, you didn't see that big 49er banner behind his head when he first came in? There it is right there.
But I'm feeling that question for you, Big Mike. I mean, what are you thinking?
Out of Buffalo and the Jets? I'm gonna go with the Jets. Robert Sala's my old DC, so I'm gonna ride with the Jets.
Okay.
Michigan with their antiquated run the ball, play defense style of football. Who cares?
Haterism.
You say national champion.
Yeah, haterism.
Yeah.
George, I have
He
three
went for
quarterbacks
Michigan,
under
by the
a
way.
helium of pressure to perform: Lamar Jackson, Dak Prescott, and Jalen Hurts. One of them or all three will fail.
Wow.
Well, that's George with the hot one right there.
Yeah.
Thomas Murphy, Lamar will go down as the next Dan Marino, Mr. In Season.
Woo!
That's hard. Thomas says, let Brian talk. Well, Thomas Murphy told me to get off the weed. You know what, Thomas? I need you to understand that this is a family-friendly show. Okay?
Hey, it's legal most places.
We don't condone, nor do we discourage. Okay. KC, and he said that because I said Miami was going to beat Kansas City. Clearly, he does not realize the hatred that I have for them. KC by double digits. George says Green Bay beating Dallas and Big D would be a stunner. I don't think it would be that big of a stunner.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
I thought it was up there with Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh's I think a worse team than Green Bay. That's why I picked them. But yeah, no, it would be a shock if Green Bay beats Dallas.
I don't think it will be. Let me tell you why. What is the one thing that Green Bay does that Dallas does not do well? Offensively, what does Green Bay do?
I thought you were going
Run the
football.
Run the ball.
Run the dang ball, Bert.
Run the dang ball. Run the dang ball, Bert.
That's
I knew
it.
that's where you were going with that. And it was actually really good.
Okay. So we already answered these last two questions. Or the last question, the quarterback. This quarterback has the most pressure on him this postseason. We went around the horn with that. Lamar. Somebody said Jared Goff, which Brian, you might need to do what this dude said right here and change your name from Brian to Willie.
Hey, if you don't think he's nervous, trust me, he's nervous.
He's gonna have a coming out party.
Maybe
he shouldn't be, but he shouldn't be nervous. He's been to a Super Bowl. He shouldn't be nervous.
That's true.
He's been to a Super Bowl.
Well,
the team that he's about to play is the team he took to the Super Bowl.
Right?
He's gonna have a coming out party.
I think for that question, for me, the real answer to me was Lamar Jackson. It really was. Because go ahead.
No, if he gets this second MVP, you got to advance. He's under the same pressure that Jokic was. You can't keep getting MVPs and not going nowhere.
But that's not even where it starts or ends, though. Where it starts or ends is the fact that, number one, this is the best team that he's had around him since he's been in the National Football League. Number two, he has not come into this postseason with any injury issues. And then number three, his team is the number one seed in AFC. Those are the three things right there that I think he's either going to be formed into a diamond or he's going to be burst like a pipe. That's just my opinion. Okay, let's get it. It is time for predictions. All right, Baltimore, as we just said, has the first round bye. Buffalo will play host to Pittsburgh. Kansas City will play host to Miami. Houston will play host to Cleveland. All these games, of course, are in the AFC. Big Mike, around the horn. Let's start with you in that first game. Who you got? Do you have Pittsburgh or do you have Buffalo?
Buffalo.
Sapphire, who do you have? Pittsburgh or Buffalo?
Buffalo.
Leslie?
Buffalo, 100%.
Teshia?
Same.
Brian?
At Buffalo, for sure.
I got Buffalo as well. All right, Kansas City. They will be home to the Miami Dolphins. Again, it's going to be like 4 degrees in Kansas City on this at kickoff. Big Mike, what say you? Kansas City or Miami?
Kansas City.
Sapphire.
Taylor Swift is going to sing the national anthem and give Kelsey a big deep throat kiss. So I'm taking the Chiefs.
Did she say a deep throat kiss?
Yeah, that's why we tune in to watch. That's why we tune in to NFL games to watch that.
I'm sorry, Taylor Swift is not cute at all. At all. Nope, she is not cute at all.
Adorable. What is wrong with you?
Not at all. Not even a little bit.
She's breeding age and she's got good pedigree. So the Chiefs, I'm taking the Chiefs.
We're having babies all, and she has
whatever. Leslie, Kansas City or Miami?
What'd you say?
Kansas City or Miami?
Oh, God, it really pains me.
I know.
I'm gonna go Kansas City. I hate him so much.
I'm not going to even ask that person that's in the top right-hand corner. I already know who she
need to say something. I have something funny to say. Let me say it.
Go ahead.
Please say Miami.
Have you ever seen a frozen fish move around much? They don't. We're gonna kick their butts because we're used to it. It's cold and we love cold games. Hey, I hate to say this, but I'm gonna have to go. I gotta go pick a child up, emergency. So sorry.
Bye, Teshia. Nice meeting you.
I really appreciate it.
All right, talk to you later.
Thank you. Bye.
See you later, Tease.
Okay, so Brian.
Yeah, if this game was in Miami, then I would pick Miami. That's how close it'll be. But I am going to pick Kansas City because it's in the frozen tundra.
This game is not in Green Bay.
I know. It's cold. It's going to be cold. You know what I mean.
Cold. Yeah, as much as I know I was tripping earlier, as much as I want to say Miami, yeah, Kansas City is they're going to do it. And for one, I really want to see what happens to Kansas City when they go on the road for the first time with Patrick Mahomes having to play a playoff game away from Arrowhead Stadium. So I'm going with Kansas City. All right, Big Mike, Houston and Cleveland. This is the matchup. These teams played, I think it was in week 14 down in Houston. I think CJ Stroud was injured that game too. So he's back. Houston, Cleveland, who you got?
Man, this is a tough one. I'm a roll with Cleveland. I want to pull for D'Amico Ryans, man, but it's just somebody that defense Cleveland got and Joe Flacco. For some reason, they seem to be clicking. So I'm gonna roll with Cleveland.
Sapphire?
Yeah, I'm gonna, of course, yeah, I'm a Browns fan, but to Mike's point, it's a really difficult game. Only reason why on the professional side, I'm going to say the Browns is I think that Flacco is more adept at that QB offense and also with RD.
Leslie?
I'm just saying Cleveland because I want them to win. So,
Brian?
I'm going to go against the grain and say Houston.
Okay.
CJ Stroud is strong. He's got, he's shown to be real, be the real deal there. I know you from Ohio State can appreciate that.
Absolutely.
But I feel like Flacco's been amazing, but I think this is it. I think this is the game where he falls flat, unfortunately. Sorry for the Browns fans, but I think that it is. And it's two good defenses. But, yeah, I'm going to go with Houston.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Cleveland because of that defense and the fact that the Texans have been without their major playmaker. I know Nico Collins is down there, just going off. And Devin Singletary seems like he's found the fountain of youth of running the ball. But Dameon Pierce being out, I think is going to hurt them as well. I'm going to go with Cleveland. All right, let's move to the NFC. If you are a San Francisco 49ers fan, throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care because they got the number one seeding and first round bye. Dallas, home to Green Bay. A lot of nostalgia here, a lot of history here. Mike, what you got?
Oh, I've got to go with the Cowboys, mostly because they have to win, but I think it'd be hard for first-time playoff quarterback to come in this building and win.
Sapphire?
I want to ride with Mike, but it's the Dak Prescott factor. So I'm actually going to take the Packers.
Wow. Leslie?
Again, it hurts me to say this because I hate them as well, but Dallas. I think they're going to squeak it out.
Brian?
Really sad.
I'm going to go with what recent history has shown us. And until they can prove that they can win a game out of the first round, I'm not going to pick them. So I'm going to pick Green Bay.
Man, this is another one. Can I pass?
Sure. I know you're just going to say Dallas. It's hard to say Green Bay. And to be fair,
no, you cannot pass.
To be fair, Jordan Love's going to have a hard time. So if he wins, it's going to be because Dak is not playing well. So,
exactly.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
it.
see.
Shout out to my boy Rashawn Gary and his mom, Jennifer Coney Shepherd, who is the co-star of Real Moms of the Shield. We will be talking about that this coming Thursday at 7:00. Make sure y'all tune in. I'm sure she's going to be here. Rashawn actually lives in Dallas. Mike, I don't know if you knew that. But I'm going to go with the Cowboys just because it just doesn't feel right. Detroit, LA. Storylines everywhere. Matt Stafford going home. It seems like Jared Goff is going on the road because his team that he took to the Super Bowl is coming to his house, which is really Matthew Stafford's house. Big Mike.
I'm rolling with the Lions. I'm a Jared Goff fan, so I'm rolling with the Lions.
Sapphire.
Definitely the Lions. Jared Goff is going to have a coming out party.
Leslie.
Lions. You got to go Lions.
Brian.
I'm sticking with pre-show, man. I'm going with Lions. I'm going with Detroit.
Puka Nacua has had a great season at receiver. The 49ers did everything they could in the world to keep him from getting that rookie receiving record. I mean, they double teamed that dude all over the field, seemingly. But I like Jared Goff, and I like the Lions, and they're going to set up a rematch in Jerry World with the Cowboys in the divisional round. All right, last one. Tampa Bay, 9-8 Tampa Bay, NFC South champion Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield led Tampa Bay versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Big Mike, go.
Give me the Bucks. My boy Mike Evans gonna do his thing, man. He's one of my favorite receivers all time. He's always in my top 5 receivers. So I'm rolling with the Bucks.
Okay. Sapphire?
Yeah, I'm going to ride with Big Mike again on this only because my fly Eagles fly. They have no defense. And Mike Evans. So, yeah, I'm going with the Bucks.
Leslie?
Bucks all day.
Brian?
Boomer Sooner.
Wait a minute. Oklahoma is not.
Wait. That doesn't give you an answer, does it? It doesn't give you an answer. Oh, well, I mean, I've got to ride with Norman's greatest. He's the greatest quarterback to ever.
Can you just say the team name already, please?
Baker Mayfield, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers get it done.
It'd be nice to see him. It'd be nice to see him win this game too, Brian. We put him through hell here. Be nice to see him.
I don't have the exact stats, okay? So don't shoot me here, but I believe it's like he's the only other quarterback in Tampa Bay history other than the one and only Tom Brady that has over 3,500 passing yards and less than 10 interceptions and 26 plus touchdowns. I believe that's the stat.
That's a heck of a stat.
Only quarterback to ever do it in Tampa Bay history other than Tom Brady.
That's a heck of a stat.
He's about to get paid.
I'm still thinking about the Philadelphia Eagles and the fact that they gave up a 90-yard touchdown drive to Seattle to a backup quarterback in Drew Lock. I'm thinking about a Philadelphia Eagles team that was up 21-6 on the Glendale Cardinals at home and surrendered the lead and lost. I'm thinking about a Philadelphia Eagles team that had everything to play for until they didn't. They got shook, rattled, and rolled by the New York Giants. I'm going with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as they will head off to San Francisco to face those 49ers. Okay, we are coming to the end of the show. I want all y'all to plug yourselves. Big Mike, I really want to hear what you got going on, brother.
Man, you know, as usual, man, I'm trying to I always want to plug Stevie J Sports and Cuts Barbershop here in Plano, Texas. Come check us out. Come get your haircut. I got the school clothes, my company. We can be found on Instagram at school clothes 2310. And I need you to be on the lookout. I got the new podcast coming soon called School in the Game on my YouTube channel, Kings Love Media. Kings Love Media. Go to there on YouTube and subscribe to that channel. The podcast will be coming soon, man. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be a barbershop podcast. It's gonna be very enjoyable for everybody.
Yes, sir. And I want to speak on that here in just a second. Let's add Sapphire back to the fray. Sapphire, plug yourself in terms of how people can hear you, see you, whatever.
I appreciate that. First of all, I'm just riding on your coattails, right, Willie?
Nope.
But no, you can catch me on Rachel Hill's Her in the Huddle show, live from Cleveland, Ohio on Mondays and Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on WOVU 95.9 FM. You can get us on the web at wovu.org or download our apps. And I really appreciate, Willie, you giving me the opportunity to join you highfalutin folks.
And you know what? It's the first, but it ain't the last.
All right. Thanks.
All right, Leslie, go ahead.
Just, at Cape Cod _girly on Twitter or Zitter or whatever you want to call it these days. And I do the Pesky Podcast Hour on BSEN. So, check us out. We're usually on Wednesdays, but this week we're on Thursday. So come check us out.
Okay.
And they do great things over there talking about the Red Sox. And Leslie is also a contributor to the hashtag Brothers of Baseball show on the Big Game Christian Sports Network. 12 and 6s, 1s and 7s. Monday Divided with your boy. And we got a new show coming out here pretty soon too. All right, Brian, go ahead.
Yeah, you can find me with the ShakeBack Media Group right here on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Central Time on a Show Sho Nuff Divided with my girl Leslie over there and Teshia and Willie, of course. And then you can find me on Twitter at Sooner25411. That's pretty much it.
Very good. Okay, we got a few more comments. Let's get up out of here. Let's see. He being Thomas Murphy says, you called the Commanders the Commodores.
I really wish they were the Commodores.
I know. That thing is so much better.
Like that's so much better.
They probably wish they were the Commodores right now. Willie needs to read these in real time. Dude.
Jesus.
Let me tell you, Thomas Murphy. Bruh, let me tell you something. It is hard. I got an iPad over here with some stuff on it. You just don't get it. You don't understand. Anyway.
Sound like Dak Prescott.
We all drinking on the show, family show. Okay, I'm not gonna say nothing. Okay, Injuries, my ass. Everyone is hurt when the playoffs start. Lamar quit on his team.
Dang.
Wow.
Well, okay, Thomas, I'm gonna need you to follow me on Twitter at ShakeBack Media Group, SHKMEDIAGRP. Okay, or S. Yeah. So this is what I want to do with you. I want to have you on one of the shows, and we can talk about that because I don't think Lamar quit on his team. Lamar protected himself. Family shows rule.
Would be great. Murph would be great.
What?
Murph would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thomas Murphy, why do you hate Kansas City, Leslie? The Pats always beat them when it counts.
That's what I'm saying. He knows why I hate him. I live here. I can't deal with this crap anymore.
I like Miss Sapphire. You should all keep her around.
Oh, thank you, Thomas.
100%. She's
Oh, dame un besos. Dame un besos.
Huh?
He
Yeah.
understood what I was
And
saying.
a meatball and a tutti frutti for you too. All right. Any final thoughts before we roll up out of here, y'all? Mike, go.
Let's go Niners. Let's go Niners.
Sapphire.
Here we go, Brownies. Here we go.
Okay. Leslie. I know what she's gonna say.
May the Dolphins, actually beat the Chiefs, and then whoever, they might play next. So, but other than that, let's go Browns. I'm rooting for the Browns at this point, so let's go.
Thank you. Thank you.
LFG Browns.
Thank you.
All right, Brian. Final thoughts, sir.
Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield. That's right.
Y'all are killing me.
All right.
right.
Just a little bit. Sorry about that, everybody.
Okay. My final thought is thank you guys for taking the time to do this. I really appreciate your hearts and your willingness to do this. Sapphire, you're welcome anytime. Brian and Leslie and Teshia, who just bowed out. I think we got a good thing going. Mike, I got so much love and respect for you, my brother. Y'all don't know, but Mike, if it wouldn't been for Mike and the rest of the dudes in that barbershop, we wouldn't even be here right now. We would not be here. I promise you that we would not be here. He's such an encouraging dude. And his podcast is gonna be dope. And I hope I get to make an appearance on it.
You got to come in the barbershop though. You got to come sit in the barber chairs to get on the show. So you're gonna have to take the trip way from out there where you live and come on to the barbershop.
We can make that happen, bro. All right.
For sure.
It's already the best podcast I've ever even heard of right now.
Yeah.
100%.
All right, y'all. For Mike, for Sapphire, for Teshia, who had to bow out, for Leslie, for Brian, this is Willie. Y'all take care of each other. Y'all love each other. Y'all hug each other. I promise it's going to be all right. And we'll holler at y'all again real soon. Peace. We out.
Peace, y'all.
Go Browns.
Go Browns, baby. Go Browns.
Baker Mayfield.